Hello, I'd like to show you something that I built. This is a chocolate gun, and it works just like a regular hot glue gun, but it dispenses completely edible, semi-sweet chocolate. And we can stick our house together like this. When I was a kid, I looked forward every year to building a gingerbread house, and recently on Twitter, Anne-Marie Thomas posted a photo of building a gingerbread house with her kids and admitted to using hot glue guns to hold the house together. And then someone responded jokingly, well, is there chocolate or candy in that hot glue gun? And that gave me the idea, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to have a chocolate gun? So let me tell you how I built this. The first part of the project is to make some chocolate sticks that we can use in the gun. And since I wanted to use a standard glue gun in this project, I wanted the sticks to be the same size as standard glue sticks. So to do this, I started with a standard wax glue stick and mounted it on pins and then secured the whole thing into a plastic dish. I mixed up some silicone casting compound by mass and then added that to the dish so that it would submerge the two glue sticks. After curing overnight, I took the casting out of the plastic dish and then cut off the top on a bandsaw. I pulled out the glue sticks using a screw and some compressed air, and this actually is easier than you might think. Next, I melted some chocolate morsels in a glass measuring cup and filled up a plastic syringe with the molten chocolate, and then used a tube on the end of the syringe and filled up the mold from the bottom to the top. And the idea here was that I didn't want any air bubbles in the chocolate. So if I filled it from the bottom to the top using the syringe method, all the air would be pushed out the top. After letting the chocolate solidify, I again used compressed air to get the solidified chocolate sticks out of the mold. And again, this worked surprisingly well. So now with a supply of chocolate sticks, the next job is to modify a standard hot glue gun. I used a brand new one, of course, so I didn't have any hot glue residue left in the gun. And the main modification here is just to change the temperature at which the gun operates. So normally hot glue would be much, much too hot for chocolate. So what I did is take the gun apart and add a temperature sensor to the metal barrel. And we're going to assume that the entire barrel is about the same temperature. And also that as soon as we apply power to the gun, it will start heating up. So this way we can put an external temperature controller, and I can set the temperature controller for anything that I want now that we have a temperature sensor right on the barrel. To melt the chocolate, I was using about 100 degrees F. As you can see, it works really well, especially for gingerbread houses. The construction is surprisingly strong, and it cools down pretty quick. It's a little bit slower than regular hot glue. It takes a little bit longer for it to solidify, but it's quite controllable. We can glue the candies onto the roof without being messy about it, and even make simple letters on the silicone mat. The chocolate sticks are a little more brittle than standard hot glue, so that causes a feeding problem here sometimes. If this idea were going to be commercialized, you'd probably add something to the chocolate to make it a little bit more compliant so that it doesn't shatter, it doesn't break in the feeding mechanism, or maybe just redesign the feeding mechanism a little bit. Okay, have fun. See you next time. Bye.